into a tree. Auntie Mo's kids. The people in the book. Auntie Mo's kids. Our family. Auntie Mo. The house in the book. Auntie Mo went on holiday, and her kids came to stay with us. The kids make a big mess when they come to stay. Auntie Mo's kids will clean the house, make a big mess. Auntie Mo's kids jumped up and down on the beds. The beds in your house are like trampolines, they said. Then they played with the pillows. The pillows went rip, and out came feathers all over the room. Auntie Mo's kids ran in and out of the house. They didn't take off their shoes, and they got mud on the floor. They didn't shut the door. The wind went whoosh, and the door went bang. Mum is. Auntie Mo's kids played with the hose. They gave our socks to the dog. They took the goldfish out of the bowl to see if it had teeth. They put toothpaste on the mirror. Then Mum got mad. "Come here," she said. "Come here now." We all went into the kitchen. "There are rules in this house," said Mum. She got some paper and a pen and she wrote. Rules. 1. Don't jump on beds. 2. Don't play with pillows. 3. Take off your shoes in the house. 4. Shut the door when you come in. 5. Don't play with the hose. 6. Don't take the goldfish out of the bowl. 7. Don't play with toothpaste. 8. Don't give socks to the dog. "You can have fun in this house," said Mum, "but here are the rules." Auntie Mo came back from holiday. She came inside and she didn't take off her shoes. "Out!" said her kids. "You can't come inside with shoes. There are rules in this house." Auntie Mo looked at the rules. "This is good," she said. Auntie Mo will put on socks, boots. Auntie Mo took her kids home. "We'll make some rules for our house." "Oh no," said the kids. "Not our house. We don't want rules in our house." "Yes, we do," said Auntie Mo. The kids are. Auntie Mo is. So Auntie Mo and the kids made rules. It was okay. The kids still had fun, but they did have rules. Bed, mirror, bowl, pillow, feathers, socks, goldfish, toothpaste, hose, trampoline. Bear in Trouble. This is a story about Bear, Big Bird, the place in the book, the cave. Bear put his head out of the cave. There was snow on the ground. "Snow looks good," said Bear. "I'm not staying in this cave to sleep. That's boring. I'm going out. Bear went out into the snow. Snow fell on his head. His feet made holes in the snow. Bear liked it. Big Bird came flying down.
Get back! Get back to your cave! You can't be out in the snow.
But Bear said, I am out in the snow, and I like it. Caves are boring. Bear will stay in the snow, go back to his cave. Bear walked on in the snow. Then he stopped. He had a cold head. He had a cold tail. He had cold feet. I'm going back to my cave now, said Bear. Bear will get back to the cave, stay in the snow. Bear looked back. Where was his cave? He walked back in the snow. He was cold all over. Bear shouted at the sky, Where is my cave? And the sky shouted back, My cave, my cave. Bear was shivering. His tail was shivering. His ears were shivering. He was shivering all over. I will have to make a cave in this snow, said Bear. So he made a big hole in the snow and he lay down. Bear is. But the snow came down on top of Bear. It went in his ears. It went in his eyes. It went in his mouth. He was shivering and shivering. Bear shouted at the sky, Where is my cave? And the sky shouted back, My cave, my cave. Then down from the sky came Big Bird. He flapped his big wings over Bear.
Come with me, come with me. I will take you back.
Bear got up. Big Bird was flying over the snow, so Bear went with him. Big Bird took Bear back to his cave.
Your cave, said Big Bird. Stay here, stay here.
Thank you, said Bear. Bear went into the cave. It looked good. It looked warm. I'll stay here, he shouted to Big Bird. Big Bird was gone, but the sky shouted back, Stay here, stay here. Bear did. He stayed in his cave all winter, and it wasn't boring at all. Cave, head, ears, mouth, eyes, snow, feet, tail. Ben's bike. The people in the book. Ben, Grandpa, Mum. The park in the book. Ben went to the park. He saw all the kids riding bikes. They went in and out of the mud. Swoosh, swoosh. They got mud all over them. I wish I had a bike, said Ben. A big kid came up to Ben. Where's your bike? She said. I haven't got a bike, said Ben. You have to get a bike, said the big kid. All the kids have bikes. The big kid went off fast. Mud went up. Swoosh! Ben is. At home, Ben said, I wish I had a bike. All the kids have bikes. Please, can I have a bike that can go in the mud? Ben's mum looked sad. We can't get you a bike, she said. We have no money for bikes. How can Ben get a bike? Ben's grandpa came to stay. He sat down with Ben. They saw kids on bikes. I wish I had a bike, said Ben. But I can't have one. We have no money for bikes. I can make a bike. You can make a bike? Yes, I can make a bike. Can you make a bike to go in mud? Yes, I'm good at making bikes. Okay then, make me a bike, please. Ben's grandpa went to the bike shop. He got wheels, handlebars, pedals, a chain. He got a seat, a horn, a bell. Then he went into the shed. You can't come in, he said to Ben. Ben can't go in the shed. He will see the bike, laugh at Grandpa. Ben's grandpa was in the shed all week. Then, on Saturday, he went to get Ben. Come with me, he said. He put his hands over Ben's eyes and he opened the shed door. Now you can look, he said. Wow, said Ben. What a cool bike. Ben is. Ben took his bike to the park. The big kid came up to Ben. That's a cool bike, she said. Can it go in the mud? It can, said Ben. Ben will go in the mud, go home. Ben got on his bike and rode off fast, very fast. Mud went up. Swoosh! Wow! Said all the kids. Look at Ben on that cool bike. Bell, mud, bike, pedals, chain, seat, handlebars, shed, horn, wheels. Big Hippo and Little Hippo. In this book, you will see Big Hippo, Little Hippo, the animals. The place in the book, the mud pool. Big Hippo and Little Hippo lived in a mud pool. One day, Big Hippo said to Little Hippo, This mud pool is getting smaller. There is mud for me, but there is no mud for you. You will have to go. and he pushed Little Hippo. Little Hippo was mad.
I'm not going, he said. I was here first. You will have to go.
And he pushed Big Hippo. Little Hippo will stay in the mud pool. Go away. Little Hippo pushed, and Big Hippo pushed. They pushed and pushed and pushed. And then Big Hippo pushed Little Hippo thwump out of the mud pool. What will Little Hippo do? Little Hippo had to go away to find a new mud pool. He walked and walked and walked. The sun got hotter and hotter and hotter.
Mud, mud,
said Little Hippo.
where is a mud pool?
Little Hippo will find a mud pool, not find a mud pool. Little Hippo sat down on the ground. He was very hot. The sun had made big cracks in his back.
I can't walk,
said Little Hippo.
I'm sick.
And Little Hippo shut his eyes. Big Hippo sat in the mud pool. He was hot too, but he had mud on his back. It was cool. Where is Little Hippo? What is he doing now? Big Hippo is happy, sad. Then Big Hippo saw the animals.
Little Hippo is sick. Little Hippo is sick,
shouted the animals. Big Hippo jumped out of the mud pool, and he ran. He ran very fast. He saw Little Hippo on the ground. Come back to the mud pool, said Big Hippo. You can have all the mud. I'm sorry I made you go. Little Hippo will go back to the mud pool, not go back to the mud pool. The animals came with leaves. They put leaves on Little Hippo. Then they helped him back to the mud pool. They put mud on Little Hippo's back.
I'm not sick now, said Little Hippo.
Why is Little Hippo not sick now? Then it rained. It rained and rained. The mud pool got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Look,
said Little Hippo to Big Hippo.
there's mud for you and mud for me. And mud for me, and mud for me, and mud for me.
Okay, said Big Hippo. We can all have mud. Back, leaves, cracks, mud pool, ground. Black Cat goes away. This is a story about Black Cat, Mick, and Mrs. Finn. Black Cat, Mick, Mrs. Finn. The place in the book. Mick had a box for Mrs. Finn, so he stopped at the house. He went up to the door.
This is for you.
You, he said. Black Cat ran up to the van. The door was open, so he jumped in. He got under the boxes. Mick came back. He went down the road with the boxes and Black Cat. He looked at his list. I have to stop here and here and here, he said. Black Cat will. Mick stopped at the next house, but Black Cat stayed in the van. A big box was in the van, and Black Cat went scratch, scratch, scratch on the box with his claws. The box came open, so Black Cat got inside. Black Cat will go to sleep, stay awake. Mick came back. He went down the road to the next house. The big box is for this house, said Mick. Mick got out the big box with Black Cat inside. A man came to the door. I have a big box for you, said Mick, and he gave the man the box. Black Cat's tail went up. His hair went up. His claws came out. Black Cat went, meow. And Black cat jumped out of the box.
Help,
said Mick.
Where did that cat come from?
It's not my cat, said the man. It can't stay here. The man took the box. You can have the cat, he said. What will Mick do with Black Cat? Mick went back down the road with Black Cat. He went back to all the houses, but Black Cat's tail went up. His hair went up. His claws came out, and he went,
Yow!
And all the people shouted, No!
Oh, he's not my cat.
Black Cat is. Mick stopped at Mrs. Finn's house. He went up to the door with Black Cat. Mrs. Finn opened the door and Black Cat went,
Yow!
This is my cat, said Mrs. Finn. Where did you find him? In a box, said Mick. Your cat was in a box. Mrs. Finn took Black Cat inside and shut the door. What will you do next? She asked. Box, tail, claws, van, list. Bob and Billy, the people in the book. Bob, Billy. The place in the book, the market. Bob lived in the house next to Billy. Bob saw Billy over the fence. I'm going to the market, he said.
Me too,
said Billy. So Bob and Billy went to the market. Bob and Billy walked up and down the market. Bob saw some eggs. I have to get eggs, he said. I like eggs for lunch. I'll get this big box. Bob got the box of eggs. And put it in his bag. Bob will eat the eggs for lunch. Eat bread for lunch. Billy saw some ice cream. Look at this, he said. A big box of ice cream. I'll have one. I love ice cream. Billy put the big box of ice cream in his bag. Bob and Billy went up and down the market. Billy will eat the ice cream for lunch. Eat bread for lunch. Bob saw a big watermelon. "I'll have this," he said. Bob put the watermelon in his bag. Plonk! Bob could put the watermelon on his head, put the watermelon in a new bag. The eggs went scrunch. The eggs went drip, drip, drip. But Bob didn't see. A man was shouting, "Hot chips! Hot chips! Yummy, yummy hot chips! Come and get some hot chips!" "Hot chips," said Billy. "I love hot chips. I'll get some for lunch." Billy got a big bag of hot chips. They were very, very hot. He put them on top of the ice cream. Billy could eat the chips now. Get a new bag for the chips. The ice cream went drip, drip, drip. But Billy didn't see. Bob looked at his watch. "I'm going home for lunch now," he said. "Me too," said Billy. "I'm going to have eggs for lunch," said Bob. "I'm going to have hot chips and ice cream," said Billy. Bob and Billy walked back home. "I like going to the market," said Bob. "Me too," said Billy. Eggs and ice cream went drip, drip, drip. And cats and dogs went lick, lick, lick. After Bob and Billy. The cats and dogs are... Bob went into his house. Billy went into his house. They looked in their bags. "Oh," they said. "Oh, oh, oh." Bob didn't have a good lunch. Billy didn't have a good lunch, but the cats and dogs did. They had a yummy lunch. They had eggs and ice cream. Chips. Lunch. Eggs. Market. Fence. Watch. Ice cream. Watermelon. Bully Cat and Fat Cat. This is a story
about Bully Cat, Fat Cat. The houses in the book. Bully Cat looked over the fence. He saw Fat Cat eating sausages. Bully Cat didn't have sausages. He wanted some. He wanted some now. So Bully Cat went, hiss. He went, scratch, scratch, scratch on the fence. But Fat Cat didn't look at Bully Cat. Bully Cat was mad. He got up on the fence. His claws came out. His hair came up, and he went, hiss. But Fat Cat didn't look at Bully Cat. She took the sausages and she went into the house. Fat Cat will. The next day, Bully Cat looked over the fence. Fat Cat was eating sausages again. Big, long sausages. They looked good. They looked very good. Bully Cat wanted some. Bully Cat will go over the fence. Stay home. Bully Cat got up on the fence. Then he went, jump, down into Fat Cat's garden. He went over the grass. Shh. He went up the path. Shh. Fat Cat didn't see Bully Cat coming. She was sitting on the steps eating sausages. Bully Cat went up the steps. He went up to Fat Cat. His claws came out. His hair went up, and he went, yow. Fat Cat will give Bully Cat a sausage. Stay on the steps. Fat Cat got up. She got bigger and bigger and bigger. Bully Cat saw Fat Cat's big paws and big claws. Bully Cat saw Fat Cat's big teeth. Bully Cat's claws went in. He got smaller and smaller and smaller. Then Bully Cat ran back over the fence. The next day, Bully Cat looked over the fence again. Fat Cat was eating ice cream. Ice cream. Bully Cat loved ice cream. He got up on the fence. He sat on the fence going, purr, purr, purr. Fat Cat is... Fat Cat looked up. She saw Bully Cat on the fence. He didn't have his claws out. He wasn't going, meow. He was going, purr. So Fat Cat waved her whiskers. Bully Cat was very happy. He went over the fence, and Fat Cat gave him some ice cream. All I have to do is purr. Claws, sausages, fence, teeth, grass, whiskers, ice cream, garden, path. Cam in the cave. In this book you will see Cam,